Hey there, welcome to No Nonsense November, day one. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I said that every day in November we would do one exercise, and today we're going to do the mirror exercise. You can see my ring lights, isn't that fun? So, mirror exercise. What the heck is this? What is this tool? I didn't set it up where I could actually see it, so let me cheat a little bit and take a peek. It's an exercise developed by Louise Hay. If you've ever done or read anything by Louise Hay, she's one of my all-time favorites. I love her because she didn't really start her business and things in her publishing company until she was 60. So I love the fact that you can be 60 and still reinvent and still create new and amazing things in the rest of your life. So No Nonsense November. Get Up and Go Challenge. This is our Get Up and Go Challenge page where we do the 30-day Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. If you're not familiar with me, I've been doing it this year just as my way to, number one, keep myself moving forward in this crazy, chaotic year with COVID and politics and rioting and unrest and all the craziness that's been going on, at least here in the United States and pretty much throughout the entire world. COVID has impacted the entire world, at least the way it's been presented and handled and dealt with and everything else. So what do we do about that? How can we make sure that no matter how crazy the world around us is, we are maintaining ourselves and moving forward toward the things that we want to create in our life? And started doing the Get Up and Go Challenge I did the first one in March, then I did a month-long one in April, and then took May and did an in-between life lessons learned type thing. Then in June to July, did a 40-plus day challenge. Then in August, did we do it in August? I don't remember, but we did another one, and then October we just did one. I think we did August. September I shared different, August was the third one, the third 30-day one. Done. The first one was only 5 or 10 days. So then I realized that wasn't long enough. And the pandemic went more than the first shutdown, at least in Wisconsin, was going to be for just 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, by the end of March, we realized the whole month of April was going to be shut down. And then it just continued from there. So that's part of why I knew I needed to keep going and keep doing something. And it felt like I needed to do more than just a 10-day thing. So the 30-day spots have been really good. But I wanted to take November as a regroup month where we can go back and we can revisit things that we've learned before we jump into the next Get Up and Go Challenge in December. So I thought, what better way? This last one in October, one of the coolest things I think that I've done is I added a specific tool every single day of the challenge that has had a positive impact on my life. And I thought, okay, I've got pages and pages of tools that I love and I use. I want to share more than just 30. So I'll probably add that to the December challenge as well. But in between, there's still tools and things that I can cover. So I wanted to do, and one of my participants in the challenge and wonderful person and wonderful friend who does an incredible reading challenge, by the way, Avril Beckford, suggested that I do a tool a day. So in November, I'm going to do No Nonsense November, and each day I'm going to share a different tool that I have found super duper helpful for me. And one of those is from Louise Hay, and it's called the mirror exercise. That's the mirror I grabbed, which, sorry, it's not perfectly clean and shiny, but it's a mirror, and I didn't have any window cleaner down here, so you get it. What you see is what you get. Well, what is the mirror exercise and why would you want to use it? I'm going to grab my magnifying glass, or my grandma's magnifying glass, because it's reflective, and see what I wrote about this. I've been using my own version of this mirror exercise for probably since I read it, on and off, but primarily on, I don't know, at least 20 years. For at least 20 years, I have done a mirror exercise where you say and you repeat an affirmation. I'm going to give you a 6-step process if you've never heard of the mirror exercise or done it before, to follow. But all I do and how I've changed it, maybe I should talk about the process first and then I'll talk about how I use it first. How I use it first is every morning when I'm brushing my teeth, I look myself in the eye in the mirror while I'm brushing my teeth, and I recite affirmations, positive affirmations, things that I want my life to be. And when in doubt, I always say I unconditionally love and accept myself right now. Because if I've got other stuff going on, sometimes we just need to focus in on reminding ourselves that we are amazing, infinite human beings, and that we can do and be and have whatever we want. And we do that through the things that we say to ourselves, our self-talk. So one of the most powerful things about a mirror exercise, and all you do with the mirror exercise, is you look at yourself in the mirror. You actually pick up a mirror, look in the mirror, and you look in your eyes and you talk to yourself, either out loud or in your head. And there's extreme power in that because you connect to your inner being and yourself. And a lot of times, and I actually went on a little learning tour this morning because it talked about the power of your inner child, which we'll probably talk about either during November or December, because I have personally never done any inner child work. I've heard of it, but I've never done anything to investigate. So I started reading some articles about it today, and there were some exercises in there that are really, really powerful. And I'm going to try them this month and then see how they work for me and decide if I'm going to share them or not. But this mirror exercise is something, it's like meditating or things. You make it your own. So you basically just commit to yourself that you're going to look in the mirror for, like, say 5 minutes, a day. And you're just going to look at yourself and you're going to, number one, you look at yourself. I don't know if you've ever looked in the mirror and really looked at yourself, but sometimes it brings up a lot of deep-seated emotions, which led to the inner child excursion this morning about experiences and things from your childhood that you don't even realize that have impacted you. And our inner child, again, I'm definitely not an expert on inner child, but I know that a lot of emotions and things will come up when we do mirror work, and that's okay. You just let them bubble up and go. That's why we do it, is to feel the feelings that we've been stuffing down and hiding for some of us decades. And we want to be able to release some of those. So the steps, and I guess what you need to do is you need to say, I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes a day to doing this. And I already decided that today I will dedicate 5 to 10 minutes every single day for the month of November, actually doing mirror work, doing mirror exercise, where I look at myself in the mirror, stare in my eyes, and see what comes up. Now, there's a 6-step process that I read an article about today that says, here's the 6 steps you follow if you want to do mirror work. Now, I don't know if Louise covers that. She's got a book called Mirror Work, actually. It's a 21-day type journey and challenge. I have not read it. I will probably pick it up and go through it over the month of November, just because now I'm really curious about it. But I learned about mirror work from her in Your Life is Waiting, in You Can Heal Your Life. And that's where I first started doing it. And I just started doing like 1 or 2 affirmations. And then it was easy to just do it every day when I'm brushing my teeth. So I still do affirmations every day when I'm brushing my teeth. And that's a form of mirror work, because I look at myself in the mirror while I'm doing it. But the 6 steps, if you're going to have steps to mirror work, step 1 is, of course, commit to yourself that you're going to do it. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes every day, or in some scheduled framework or time frame, that you're going to commit to yourself that you'll actually do it. I did the same thing with meditation last month during the Get Up and Go Challenge. I said, okay, every day, 15 minutes a day, I'm scheduling that I'm going to just sit somewhere and meditate. Same place, same time, every day for 30 days. And so now I've added the 5 minutes to do this mirror work. So number 1, commit to yourself, set up a time to do it. And then number 2 is, of course, think about the best time of day to do it. You want to find a mirror where you're comfortable. Either you can sit or stand. I stand when I brush my teeth, but you might prefer to sit. A place where, and I suppose people would say, well, that's not a pure form of mirror work because you're brushing your teeth while you're doing it. Therefore, it's not valid. Guess what? You take each process and tool that you're ever exposed to and you make it your own, and you tweak it and you find ways to make it work for you. Brushing my teeth works for me. It helps me to do it every day, and I don't even have to think about it. Now it's automatic. Step 3 is you're going to want to say affirmations. When you look at yourself, you're going to want to say affirmations. You're going to want to affirm things about yourself. Now, tomorrow, I think we'll actually talk about affirmations and afformations. I like afformations, and how to do those, since it came up today. So I'll go into detail about that. That'll be tomorrow's tool. But today, just know that you can find affirmations anywhere. There are actually millions of affirmations on the internet and on the computer. You can just Google, self-esteem affirmations, love affirmations, confidence affirmations, whatever you want. If you aren't sure how to put together your own affirmations, the key with affirmations, make sure it's positive, because our subconscious does not relate or doesn't hear negative. So if I say, I don't want to be fat, guess what? Or if I say, I don't want to be fat, what is your brain and your subconscious hearing? Fat, 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 fat. So it will continue to make you fat. So say, I am fit, trim, energized, and healthy, or something. Or say, I easily and effortlessly maintain my ideal weight, or I am fit and trim. Whatever works for you. But it has to be something that you can authentically believe and that it will become for you. It might not be true exactly today, but it will become true over time. I don't know why I'm getting messages in the middle of my video. Anyway, so commit to it. You're going to say affirmations. Now, you're going to repeat your affirmations with feeling as you're looking at yourself and looking at your eyes in the mirror. The article I read today recommends you do it at least 10 times. You say your affirmation at least 10 times. Louise Hay recommends you say it at least 100 times, 100 or more times. And she would say that maybe you would have one affirmation a day that you would repeat for your 5 or 10 minutes. But you have to go with what feels right to you. So maybe you just say one affirmation, or maybe like me, I have a handful of affirmations that I go through in a cycle as I'm doing my mirror work. But you could maybe have just one a day and say it 100 times like Louise recommends, or just 10 times like the author of this article recommended. You want to look directly into your eyes. And sometimes if you want more oomph, you can add your name. You can talk literally to yourself and use your name. The most beautiful thing we ever hear supposedly is the sound of our own name and our name. But it does get our attention. If someone says our name, it gets our attention. Number 5, they say embrace the emotions that arise. Anything that comes up, just let it come up. I can't tell you how many times I've been doing mirror work and I've just burst into tears because it triggered something that I didn't even realize I was thinking about, or that I wasn't thinking about and I was trying to ignore. But my subconscious was like, nah, you need to pay attention to this and get rid of it. And then step 6, record any discoveries. You know, you could have a journal and you could journal every day something, or write a sentence or two about every day that you do it. Or you can just do like I do when I'm learning or looking for things. I write down the things that actually get my attention, that I discover, I have an aha moment or an epiphany about something that is like, oh my gosh, I did this today and I burst into tears about whatever it was, XYZ. Or, you know, somebody hurt my feelings when I was 10 by calling me, I don't know, Bucky because I had braces or something, Bucky braces, or I don't know, or horny toad braces, or shiny horny toad, I don't know, whatever. But whatever would come up, I would just write those things down, the key points, the highlights, the discoveries, the ahas, the epiphanies, or a sentence or two whenever I felt it was important or pertinent and I wanted to capture that. But I don't journal every day about my morning mirror work, maybe because I've done it for a long time. But mirror work is an incredibly powerful self-discovery tool. And when we improve our relationship with ourselves, guess what? It improves our relationships with everyone else on the planet. Because, you know, it's very true. We can't give anybody anything that we don't give to ourselves first. So if we're struggling in our relationships, if we're struggling with any area of our aspect of our life, it can be as simple as looking at our reflection in the mirror. And, you know, you don't have to talk out loud, but you can talk to yourself quietly wherever you are, anytime. Now, for a while, I did the practice where every time I would walk by a mirror, it would trigger the day's affirmation. I would have an affirmation of the day, and it would just trigger that information. Every time I saw my reflection in the mirror, it would automatically trigger that affirmation. So you can take this tool, like all of the others, and make it your own. Love to know if you've ever done the mirror exercise, if you've ever done any mirror work, and how it's impacted you. Share that in the comments below so others can learn too. Otherwise, go out and try this today. Just give it a try and see how it makes you feel. And let me know. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting tool for No Nonsense November. I already sneak peeked that we're going to talk about affirmations and affirmations, because that's been a really, really helpful and powerful tool in my life as well. All right, have an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.